our breath.
There's always a weird sort of quiet on the eve of battle. I'm feeling that now. Seems like a good time to gather our thoughts and share a drink before whatever's coming.
Right. This seems like a perfect place to stop and relax.
Though it's hard enough to tell what's real here without a belly full of drink.
Sounds like you're nervous, dearie.
I'm feeling all kinds of ways. Anxious, excited, scared, hungry.
I feel it as well. It is only mortal to feel overwhelmed in the presence of the immortal.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. Getting to see that vision of Tama did me good. Like, now that... Same. I'd rather have good company in a prison.
I had a feeling you might ask me that. I'm not sure I've really worked through what I've seen here, but I feel like we're almost done with all of this, but we are in the weirdest place in the world. I'm completely baffled. But when haven't I been lately? Being afraid.
I think so. The garden is so much more. Truthfully, I didn't come all this way searching for my own answer. Now, it's like we're close. So am I. None of us could have gotten this.
Well, I won't lie to you, but here we are. I just need a moment to take it all in. Thank you, dearie. And I wouldn't worry. Our little group here is perfectly frightening, and I'm sure we'll be fine.
You've listened to all of us. How about you? You've been shipwrecked and assassinated. You've had your soul poked. And yet you've kept yourself and all of us together. How are you really doing?
Introspection cannot be rushed.
Oh, for sure. You've survived this long. There isn't enough for both of us.
Well, no matter what happens.
We've already gone farther than Nandru ever did. Whew, I can't...
When we first met, I didn't think you'd last long. But then I saw how you handled that dream thrall bear. Shook off your rope, and then you confronted... Takes a special kind of strength.
I didn't know much about...
I remember your calm. How you listened to my shouting match with the governor, and actually heard me. You saved my city, and gave me a home. A sanctuary where I could be myself. I'll never forget that.
You were my hero right away. You rescued me from those
And now look at you. Look at us. One crisis at a time, please. I can only lose so...
He's right. Not to raise the sails before the anchor, but we left trouble in our wake. Fjord. If we make it out of here, it won't be to a living land's sudden...
Just this once. Could we forget about the rest of the
Oh, that doesn't mean it's Giada's scary...
I thought my stories
If we can't take a moment to ourselves on a floating island outside reality, then I don't know where we can.
True. But a little
Sleep well, my friends.
People in the garden. Those weren't your parents? Envoy, what do you need? If I must.
It feels like we're in another... I don't know what Everything here, can you feel it? Essences. This is a place of power. Forgotten. Does that... One word of advice. Trust me. For all we know, this is happening in your... Go on then. Neither can... And all of that... What did... Destiny is truly... Whatever... It's a... Well... You too.
I've heard of strange colors in the sky, and weeks of twilight in the white that wins. Wonder if it's anything like this. I barely plan further than the next... I don't know, Envoy, and you... But I think it's possible to... Something like that. You know what all about. Ultimately, my... Don't forget that... But look at it this... And I'd wager... I'll be here if you need me.
So, they are... Well, it's an educated guess. A theory based on a lifetime of study. The godless are so... singular. Their art and architecture, you never see it in Rawatai or Ishamatal or... well, Aedyr. But in their artwork, they reference it... yes, 10 years. From what I... Don't... well, help you in... how... Don't let the bedbugs bite, dearie. Safe to assume that the large glowing door is part of Sapadal's prison. Now, I just have to get past it.
Sapadal's prison, I think. What else could it be? Time to shut it down forever. You won't get through this!
Wait a moment, dear.
We'll get him next time.
Someone's eager to meet us.
Defenses up!
We'll get them next time, dear. You asked for it. On your right. There's nothing there. Don't think so, dear. Just a minute. Patience, dear.
Gods, just imagine what an animal could accomplish here. It reminds me of the phantasmal focus, but more. So much more.
I don't know why, but it feels like we're being watched.
you were real. Then steps, a voice, through armies and corrupted soil. You persevered. Now you are here. They choked our light, clipped our wings, pinned our hands. We felt only the bars, the shackles. They did not explain. We wish it could have been different. We only wanted connection. But the other gods imprisoned us, left us to suffer alone in this place. But you are here now. You found us, a sprout in the endless winter. There is little time. We would be freed from these bonds. The Strangler is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh. She begs for our blood. Her wolves defile the city on the shore. We blink, days pass. The people's cries ring in our ears. She pierces us now. Now we will not brook this. Not again. A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into itself. You can reach her. Will the garden to open. It will take you there. A mountain of essence. We strain. But it will move for you. We were everything. What have we lost? What multitudes could we contain? We could run, leap in the water. We must. We shall. We have been thinking of this. We mourn our past. We only seek peace now. A chance to regrow. We trust you. You who have been by our side for so long. You met death, and you offered your hand. And where is your mercy for us? You know we deserve better than this. Give us peace. We want a chance to change. We deserve that opportunity. Do you think we have learned nothing from you? We deserve more than this prison. Or do you have no more mercy for us than you did for the bear? beautiful thing you killed. We asked what you would do with an animal that sickened after a fight. Do you remember what you said? More than anything, treat us as you would the bear. Clean our the time has end our pain and the give us center your thoughts. Reach for us. Clear the fog. Tear down the gates. We were so blind, so lost. We brought such horrors to this place. We feel bright. We had forgotten what it is to live. We will grow. Tend, flower. We will always remember this. We will remember you when you are ash and soil and mulch.
Andra's depths.
It's paradise.
Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
This is Sapadal's doing. I'm certain of it. No power in Eora could transport us so quickly, or so far. Doubtful. While they were in chains, so too was their power.
Are you seeing this? I don't think parodies look like...
Looks like the war already started, and the giant roots are
Marius, vines don't usually get that.
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been
For once, I wish I wasn't. Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time? Assuming there's even a difference.
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strange dreams that feel like an eternity.
Look at this place. Feels like we're still in the dream. And not just us. Those are more your people's ships in the harbor, and steel garrote banners past the barricades. That can't be good.
Even Reingrim is here. Perhaps we'll get to see an Archmage in action.
I think I see Elia as well. What a strange reunion this will be.
The Blessed Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us. Nah, don't be so hard on yourself. The Steel Garrote have been itching for a fight this whole time. This would have happened with...
Before we go, what happened back there with the drink?
I'm not sure. That's good, right?
It's a relief that the Dream Scourge won't be a problem. I only hope we can say the same. Time will tell.
After all this time, they're free. And the living...
We've cured the land, and we've even freed a caged god. All in all.
Kid and god entwine. The flower shades the soil in which it grows.
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is brewing down.
People seem to be gathering west of here. Whatever's happening...
How did you make it out here?
They marched in with no warning. I couldn't think. I just ran.
Easy. You're here now. Where did they come from?
Envoy, what does the Garrote think they're doing? What's the point of exploring if you just want to... They broke some glass, but the map is safe. They didn't think I was worth the trouble.
Right now, that's a good thing.
If you're looking for survivors, a few of us fled to the Balrog.
How many?
I'm not sure. I saw Sapiento... God, I am sorry I can't be more help. I won't give them the...
We should move. Let's hope the Garrote hasn't made it to the...
Envoy, wait! Before you go, I took some supplies when I ran. If you think they'll help, I'll even give you a discount.
snow here?
That's gotta be Ringgrim's work. I heard she made it snow in Shatterscarp.
What happened to...
Looks like...
Mhm.
Based...
Who?
It's... Look, the
I...
Blessed Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started with...
It's who strikes left.
The steel...
Before we...
I'm not sure.
We've... Then we had better keep Sapadal calm.
They march on still. We run, but we are...
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is...
People seem...
Sansa.
They marched in with no warning. What does the Garrote... It's an outrage. They broke some They didn't...
Right.
If...
How?
I... You always...
We should move.
Envoy, wait!
Looks like the war already based on... Look at it.
Even
The Blessed Day Wardens are here too. Nah, don't be so...
Before we...
I'm not sure.
Kill and God entwine.
People
Sansa. How did you make it out here?
They marched in with nothing. If I on I
Why is there snow here?
That's gotta be Ringgrim's.
A familiar face.
Snow and Shatterskull.
We meet again, Envoy. And you, Yardsley. You're always a prodigious...
oh, yeah.
Paradise burns. Thanks to Ludwine and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. I bear witness. Heroes and villains will arrive.
How many have written their names in history before?
So very many. Too many to discuss right. Still, I do think the world has been It is indeed. I'll admit, now we're back to simple. Perhaps. A new god being set loose. Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think... Not thinking about one's choices is still a choice. I wonder... I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. Unfortunately, you'll likely be dead the next time I return to the Living Lands. Goodbye, Envoy. And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done. I am eager to work with you.
Oh, yes. We'll, discuss that later.
My research awaits.
Envoy, how good to see you here as we stand together at the brink of this historic event. I don't know if thank you is precisely what I want to say, but Paradise burns from the torches of the Steel Garrote. The people of the Living Lands stand ready. Me? No, no. All I can do is record what happens today. But nevertheless, whatever the outcome of the upcoming battle, do not forget us. I fear that more than our deaths. If Aedyr and the Steel Garrote have their way, they'll strip the history books of any mention of our culture and our ways. Future generations will only ever know us as an appendage of the Empire. I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope so, Envoy. I truly do. That's as much as I'll say. You have a role in deciding what happens next. Do the right thing, Envoy. Let history remember you for the correct reasons.
Envoy, I knew you'd show up eventually.
How is Emerald Stair? More importantly, how are you?
Thriving on both counts, I'm happy to report. My revenants were just getting comfortable in Thirdborn when the Steel Garrote stepped out of line. When I heard tensions were brewing, I thought to myself, this is a job for the undead. So I gathered the flock. Likewise. I'll keep them on a tight leash, just in case the Steel Garrote breach our defenses. Better to have them and not need them. Oh, and I've been meaning to thank you. Whatever you did in the garden seems to have worked. Emerald Stair is healing, believe it or not. Once this is over, our crops will flourish like never before. Indeed. The metaphysical currents of the living lands are beginning to settle. Best of luck out there. And don't worry about a thing. My flock will keep us safe and secure.
Thank you, Aedyr. My compliments to the flock, as always.
Enjoy the time with your flock, dearie. Try to keep them out of the other camps.
We know you. Did you help us? Fidelio sang for us.
Do you think she'll ever... Never mind. She's stable. That's what counts.
Leandro, is that you?
Trust your comrades, and you will lead each other to victory.
I don't want to go to Yespa, but I am all the captain's got. Can't back out now.
How's Casagrada? No, the Steel Garrote have hit hard and fast. We'll have to rely on subterfuge.
I'm not running. Not this time. Can't let the others down.
If you're wounded, find a place to lie down. Someone will get to you before you bleed out. Believe it or not, we have more than enough supplies. The Clavager knew this day. Unfortunately, my hands are full with the dying and the dead, and there's too many of both. If I don't get any sleep, I might... I suppose I've earned a couple of winks. The next time we...
Get some rest, dearie. I'm sure people will still be dying when we wake up.
They're saying the Inquisitor's out there, hunting for you.
envoy? Is it really you?
Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Nakutadek?
The origin of the Dream Scourge? It was the act of a god this whole time?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak.
It's been weeks, envoy. What happened?
Finally, a ray of sun.
I will not grovel at the envoy's feet for solving a plague I am not convinced was
If you wardens ever bothered to pull your heads out of your asses, you wouldn't take such pride in your ignorance.
You know nothing of me or my people.
Warden Commander, look around you. Is this real?
We believe the Dream Scourge was a malady of the soul. How did you put an end to...
Zapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
But the plague isn't over. Dream Thrall still litter Shatterscarp.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, nothing more. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you freed them?
Wodka no doubt saw Zapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the godless and imprisoned their god.
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradise? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
Nakutadek was raven with those things, not to mention what they did to the land.
We saw similar destruction at Nakuku Bell. If these roots and the Dream Scourge are the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god, how could you let such a creature go free?
For now. Who's to say they don't get their feathers in a ruff again and wipe...
It was Aedyr's arrival that disturbed Zapadal. We'll have nothing to fear.
Zapadal's power ravaged my people.
Keeping watch over Zapadal was a sacred task Nandru gave us when he left. For that reason alone.
Well, whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the
But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. Inquisitor Ludwine has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like the wind. Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want in. It was Ludwine who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her steel garrote laid siege to the city shortly after you beat her.
did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking.
Well, she's seen better days, but you wouldn't know it.
Ludwine's plowed through the militia like a knife through.
All right, let's keep this simple.
Regrettably, she's not in the business of making so long as her passion for Wodica lives. So too.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to.
Oh, good.
It is not, I think. I couldn't agree more. Ludwine has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforce. What will his representatives find when they arrive? Before you face Ludwine, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you must decide. But whatever you decide, understand the days of the frontier are done.
I know why.
You have seen more of this land and met more of its people than any of us. You were empowered by the Emperor himself to investigate an impossible. You are the close personal friend of a and in our dealings together, I found you to be a person of substance. But mostly, it's because you're Aedyran, so I trust you. And these The Living Lands would retain its own laws under a grave appointed by the Emperor. The grave would be expected to promote and develop the Living Lands to our mutual benefit. They would divide the island into administrative districts and see them governed by mayors appointed from the local communities. The island would provide tribute in the form of resources and taxes, and in times of war, soldiers. The Empire, I should note, is nearly always at war. In return, the Living Lands would enter Aedyr's sphere of influence, and should outside nations attempt to invade, we would come to the Grave Room's aid. Naturally, that would be the Emperor's decision. But only the strong survive the frontier. But you were born... Have some faith in yourself, envoy.
Subtle, pernicious, touch the rot, yet safety among a web gleaming with dew. They weave, they wait.
Tribute, he says. Taxes. Soldiers. The Empire has tried it all before. They want to bleed us dry.
It's still a gamble, but I think it's the safest bet. We get the benefits of Imperial trade and protection without losing all of what makes this place special. There's no way of knowing what it would mean in another generation or two. But right now...
We were fine before Aedyr showed up, and we'll be fine when they're gone. Trust the lands and her people.
If we give Aedyr power over us, we can't be
We give up our fighters and the wealth of our land, but we have wealth enough to give some away.
A grave room could work, so long as trade keeps moving, and we'll have...
With the Dream Scourge ended, my people can soon return to Fior. If a renewed animal, I suppose we could send Aedyr what's left. But when lean times come, who will we feed?
Of course. Oh, envoy, no. Do not think of the Emperor. They're ones which this conclave could not survive. Not unless you came together and formed a... It would be difficult. No. Think of your people, all of...
Though I'm hardly eager to work with any of you. I like the idea of twisting beneath Aedyr's boot heel, so long as the Wardens can continue our vigil. I'm open to uniting, if you...
It's a nice idea, but consider the costs. If we walk away from a relationship with... But the people of Thirdborn have friends in the world. I'm sure we'd find our way through.
With the envoy support, we'd have a god in our pocket. What could the Empire... When my people return to Fior, we could create such miracles of animancy, the living...
Risk into bounty. Does the winter frost dissuade the seeds? Many fruits on our boughs. We graft many leaves.
We deserve our autonomy, even if we must fight for it.
Fleeing someone else's laws and authority is one thing, setting up your own is another. We're an island of misfits and dissidents. We'll still have to surrender some of our autonomy, and we'll be vulnerable. Without allies, other powers will see us as ripe for the picking.
We were fine before Aedyr came.
I think we ran things perfectly fine before...
Of course. The Living Lands would become an extension of the Aedyr Empire, and soldiers bearing the flag of Aedyr would be garrisoned in every town. Their roads would be smooth Aedyran roads. Their medicine would be hygienic Aedyran medicine. And our customs would become their customs, turned toward a common purpose. This island would be safe for the first time.
He would suppress our culture before it's had a chance to grow. If you have any love for this land...
Rawatai built its empire from colonies like this. Many have become centers of culture and Of course, it can take decades to get there. But Aedyr won't be the only empire eyeing this place.
It shall be peaceful in that all dissenters will be silent.
The Living Lands is a lot of things, but it will never be Aedyr. Aedyr should turn back.
The Aedyr's promise. Clip our feathers as we find our wings. The deed binds us to drown us. Why were we set free?
The traditions of Solus are what I would...
What need does Third...
Under Aedyran rule, your countrymen, I cannot...
Well...
Envoy, be reasonable. Give these people an ounce of agency. Well... Oh, gods have mercy.
Solus and her wardens stand vigil with the Living Lands.
By grit and steel, Thirdborn stands with the Living Land.
Fior and her animancers stand with the living...
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes...
Gods, they made the right decision for once.
Finally, some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Ludwine and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradis.
The Living Lands will never be free until we break the chain around our necks. Ludwine must...
She better say her goodbyes while she...
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy.
Let's get to work then.
The Paradis militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
Thank you for deserving it. Now, go and teach the Steel Garrote a lesson.
Show them that the Living Lands will not be broken across Vodka's knee.
Let's just say this is not my own.
Let's take back the sea.
Let's.
What do you want? Aedyr and the Steel Garrote will regret ever... Yes, for now. Aedyr can all of us give this...
Turning on. Nor should you. From what I understand, you are a scion of the living land. While I have you, how...
Much better.
Do... You can...
I missed you.
Take care.
What?
I have one... The best...
I won't keep...
I'll be back, my darling. Just have to take care of a few things.
I was worried for a moment, but you proved my fears misplaced.
There's fighting ahead.
Let's talk in camp.
Keep moving, envoy. The sooner we get where we're going, the better.
You should get some sleep. I guess you do. I've been in a lot of dangerous situations, but putting my life on the line for someone else's cause... Duke de Dragu, envoy. I'm not afraid. We're about to go out there and risk our... We might... Nope. Not... I'll be all right, envoy.
Can't sleep? We're going into battle for the soul of the living lands. Rallying under the banners of the pact. Your emperor will not... Political influence is dangerous. If you... When a godlike fights in battle, the Aedyrians will doubt your loyalty. The locals will doubt your commitment. This is the first time you were told to pick a side. This conflict has really pulled you apart. From what I understand, your ambassador is very persuasive. But for a politician like him, losing a battle is not a defeat. When he promises you the world, don't listen. Well, at least we should prepare. I've been a death... Precise faith is but a court by that. That's my... You. Can you imagine how much she needs you to die? Who knows? Or maybe not. Whatever. Granted, it was an uphill, but they... Agreed. We fought. Is it no matter in my... I just... You too. We should take a moment to acknowledge you liberated the god of the living lands. Now they are... That's quite a gamble, you... I admire you. If not for you, Sapadal would still be pacing there, which means you have leverage over a god. You're probably better off then. Sapadal's imprisonment shaped this island. Now that we cannot know if the living lands will normalize... Anytime. Maybe you'll find some comfort in prayer. I hope you don't mind me bringing it up. Just be careful with... I want you to know this has been until... Pleasant dreams. I can't wait to give the Steel Garrote a piece of my mind. Reckoning is long overdue.
You're gonna give him a lot more than a piece of your mind. Save some for the rest of us.
Odd fighting alongside the...
Envoy, how did you... The hero of the day. It's a joy to see you.
No, I do need to thank you. Every other...
You really stand alone amongst the Aedyr, but we...
I think they're waiting.
My dear friend! No doubt you have come...
Looks like you left your good shorts back. Keeping the camp. He thinks we're...
Quite right.
I haven't been young in 20... Anyway.
What? To the victors go the train. I will build a new crew from... What do you...
Or...
Quite right. Once your countrymen take the... But...
Yeah.
Best of luck, boy.
I believe in you.
If we make it out of this, I'm going on vacation.
Envoy, didn't think I'd be seeing you again. From one battlefield to another, eh? Dream thralls, and now this. Ludwig's a loose cannon. The steel garrote don't answer to him.
Big mistake!
envoy. Of course. As an Aedyrian soldier, it's only fitting I die here at the dawn. But never mind that. That is, you've declared yourself for the enemy. You've turned your back on Aedyr. Why? What right do the others have to be here? Because they landed some... You won't stop us. Even if I'm food for worms. I have nothing to say to you. You sicken me.
Go on. Finish what we started.
Someone there. Found you! You're gonna regret this! Envoy, to the right! The honor!
What exactly do you... You nearly died in my clinic. Correction, you did die. What have you got to say? That's the worst excuse I've ever heard. And believe... We're patching up folks as best we can. Yeah, stop. I can't say I approve of you. How about you, Gia?
Well, we have to do battle with the Death Guard. Do you need anything?
Once this is over, I could always use another pair of hands at the clinic.
Thank you, but I've decided to tough... Can you manage without me?
Are you kidding? Besides, I've got Chico on bandage duty. I just wanted you... Gods be with you, Envoy.
Come on. You know this.
Be seeing you, Envoy.
Don't worry about me. Actually, I'm not sure I've been through...
between one final visit, shall we? Let's make sure she stays dead this time, all right, dearie?
There you are! So, did you come all this way just to try? You'll get your jet. Look around, envoy. Heelguard should have... He failed.
Her order wields sharp steel.
Don't insult my intelligence or my treaties can be burnt. As Sapota, I don't know how deep... Do not patron. Steal you.
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
You will. Face me how you do the bird.
We are a challenge to her authority. She is afraid of what we mean.
Blasphemy. Your God will hear me, envoy. I am, and so long as...
But she fails, and fails, and fails her God.
I've done all that I could. It isn't my fault. You opposed me at every... I believed that when the time came for you to prove your law, I believed the dream of our future, of our... And if that failed, yet here you stand before me.
The worm of doubt gnaws at her soul. Where was Wotica when she needed her most? Where is she now?
A faith that demands constant proof. My goddess is... For years I told myself this. I don't deserve... Let's finish this then, as we were old. Kill me as no one ever has.
There's no coming back this time.
You won't be...
Once I'm done, your god of flame!
We are every seed in the soil. We will always grow.
Wherever Ludwine is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done for, but we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Silence falls over Paradis, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradis militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The dream scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. Thanks to you, the living lands has escaped Aedyran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Fugitives no more. The rebels of Paradis return to their home and to other free settlements, bringing their skills and secrets wherever needed. For once, they have a future. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership blossoms into a bond of trust. Through shared adversity, they find common ground. In time, the people of Emerald Stair return to their city of Fior Messiverno. Research yields new developments in the struggle against nature. Technology is shared among the united settlements. The Empire cannot get in the way of progress. For the people of Shatterscarp, independence is bittersweet. Those who cannot withstand the grief inflicted by Ringgrim's spell leave the settlements, vanishing into the wilderness. Those who remain find themselves forced to cooperate with others, often begrudgingly. With so many dead, the need to stave off hunger outweighs any distaste for certain trading partners. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first. But after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the living lands, but slowly learns compromise. She develops a taste for Valian sweets. When Kai leaves the living lands, he is no longer running. For the first time in many years, he can face the future. He returns to Rawatai, committed to peace for his people, those he left in Rawatai, as well as those he found in the living lands. He joins the Ranganui's council, counterbalancing powerful voices of isolationism and hawkishness. It is a long and difficult battle, and he is happy to fight it. With many of his anxieties and lifelong fears addressed, Marius now feels very differently than he did when he first met the envoy. Still far more comfortable in the wilds than among people, he nonetheless finds that his worries about the unknown were merely self-protection against the traumas of his childhood. Armed with this knowledge, he finds himself more capable of living in civilization, and far less fearful of his home in Galawain's tusks. While he never regains his former place as a warden of Solace, he spends his time traveling between Solace and Thirdborn, acting as a stubborn ambassador between the two. Giada continues to improve as an animancer. She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the living lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come, rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fior Mes Iverno lives on in her. No longer under the threat of imminent death, Yatsley returns to the Animancers. Reunited with her beloved Quilici, she helps him and the Animancers as they put their lives together after the attack on Fior Mes Iverno. Eventually, she even has something nice to say to Vidaro. As the days pass in contentment and relative peace, Yatsley is struck by the persistent feeling that something is missing. Though she still devotes herself to her studies of both the arcane and the godless, the restlessness never goes away. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sapadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, the rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come to you with questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin, tentatively, to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sapadal pours a fragment of their power into the statue they claimed from the temple of Aethys. Newly embodied, they roam the living lands and learn to experience the world as Kith do. Their first attempts at locomotion are clumsy, and a stand of innocent trees is violently returned to the wheel. But as their confidence grows, so does their grace. Soon, they are bounding across the plains of eastern Dawnshore, leaping the river gorge in Emerald Stair, scaling the shark's teeth of Shatterscarp, and fearlessly wading into the Tusk's acid sea. When they break, they come to you to put them back together, and in time, they learn to fix themselves. They wander far afield. You see less of them, but they are never far from your thoughts, and on the rare occasion they return, they always bring you something beautiful and strange. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.